What does it take to rewrite the history of New York City? At just 34, Zohran Mamdani has done exactly that, shattering barriers to become the city's youngest mayor in over a century and the first Muslim, first Indian origin and first African-born leader. But what does it take for an underdog to rise and reshape the political landscape of America's largest city? Mamdani's rise has been nothing short of meteoric. Once counted out by the establishment, his campaign struck a deep and defined chord with the working class New Yorkers, built on a message of fairness, inclusion, and fearless progressive change. His rallies became more than just political events. They were gatherings of hope and purpose, uniting renters, immigrants, and young voters hungry for a new kind of leadership. His triumph marks a turning point not only for New York, but for America's broader progressive movement, arriving at a moment when the Democratic Party continues to grapple with its identity and moral compass in a turbulent aftermath of the Trump era. Now that New York has chosen its mayor, what happens when his vision collides with the power in Washington? The stage is set for a high-stakes confrontation. A mayor whose platform is built on social welfare, housing justice, and affordability measures now faces off against a president whose political identity has long been connected to New York. Mamdani made his position unmistakably clear on the election night. Standing before a roaring crowd of supporters, he said, and I quote, "Donald Trump, since I know you're watching, I have 4 words for you. Turn the volume up." This message was directed not only at the US president, but also at the wider national political environment as Democrats gained control in several key races during the same electoral cycle. Mamdani's path to City Hall has already put him on a collision course with Donald Trump. Throughout his campaign, Mamdani made it clear that his administration would stand as a shield against federal policies he believes endanger the city's most vulnerable residents. Beyond policy, Mamdani framed his victory as a part of a broader national movement to resist inequality and reclaim moral leadership in American politics. Now, Trump never wanted to shy away from confrontation, fired back before the election, warning that New York could lose federal fundings if voters dared to elect Mamdani. Mamdani has acknowledged the difficulty this divide will bring on election night by saying that his proposals amount to, quote, "the most ambitious agenda to tackle the cost of living crisis this city has seen since the mid-20th century." Now let's talk about just how powerful is the mayor of the New York City. As Zohran Mamdani prepares to take office, he's stepping into one of the most influential municipal roles in the world, a position that shapes the daily lives of millions of residents, commuters, and visitors alike. So what does the power look like in practice? The mayor oversees a sprawling city government of more than 300,000 public workers, teachers, police officers, firefighters, sanitation crews, and transit employees. So to cut it short, the city's economy, with an estimated output of around $1.3 trillion, is larger than that of several entire nations. Yet, for all its vast administrative reach and symbolic weight, the office of the mayor is not without limits. Its power is hemmed in by the state laws and oversight from Albany. Take the city's budget, for instance. While the mayor has the authority to craft and propose it, any changes to tax rates ultimately depend on approval from the state legislature. Now, this implies that although Mamdani has discussed the need to increase taxes on the wealthy to fund expended public programs, such policies cannot be implemented solely from the City Hall. So how will Mamdani deliver on his affordable housing promise? Housing affordability stood at the heart of Mamdani's mayoral campaign, quickly becoming one of its defining issues. He vowed to implement a freeze on rent-stabilized apartment rents for the entirety of his term. However, while he cannot set rents directly, He wields influence by appointing all 9 members of the Rent Guidelines Board, which determines annual rent adjustments. This means that while Mamdani will choose individuals likely to support affordability measures, the rent freeze remains contingent on the economic data at the time of the vote. Mamdani has also proposed free city-wise bus service and city-run grocery stores to cut living costs and improve access to food and transit. However, both of these issues face limits. The state-controlled MTA oversees buses and subways, meaning that the mayor cannot unilaterally eliminate fares, and grocery initiatives must navigate the local market dynamics. So how will Mamdani coordinate with the city council? While the mayor shapes New York City policies agendas, all laws must originate in the city council. The mayor can sign or veto legislation, but a veto can be overridden by 2/3 council vote, creating a dynamic that is both collaborative and occasionally contentious. Mamdani's tenure begins with unprecedented promise, but the true measure will be how policies, power, and politics plays out in the city that never sleeps. What are your thoughts in this video? Do let us know in the comment section below.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.